Welcome to our gripping true crime documentary. Prepare yourself for an immersive journey into the dark mind and twisted crimes of one of history's most notorious serial killers. John Wayne Gacy was born in Chicago, Illinois, to Marion and John Stanley Gacy. He grew up in a working-class family and experienced a troubled relationship with his father. Gacy was considered a well-liked member of his community and was involved in various civic activities, often dressing up as a clown for charitable events and children's parties. Crimes. Gacy's killing spree took place between 1972 and 1978. He would lure his victims, typically young men and boys, with promises of money, work, or other incentives. Once in his control, Gacy would sexually assault, torture, and murder them. Most of the victims were strangled to death, while others were asphyxiated or stabbed. Modus operandi. Gacy's preferred method of luring victims was by impersonating a police officer or construction contractor. He would offer young men employment or money and would often invite them to his house. There, he would overpower and restrain them, subjecting them to sexual abuse and acts of sadism. Burial of victims. After killing his victims, Gacy would dispose of their bodies by burying them in the crawl space beneath his house. In some cases, he discarded the bodies in nearby rivers. Gacy's house of horrors became known as the Murder Castle, due to the hidden chambers where he concealed his victims' remains. Capture and trial. Gacy's crimes came to light in December 1978 when a 15-year-old boy named Robert Peace disappeared. Investigation into Peace's disappearance led to Gacy's home, where evidence of his other crimes was discovered. Gacy was arrested and charged with multiple counts of murder. During his trial, Gacy's defense team attempted an insanity plea, but he was found guilty and sentenced to death. He spent over a decade on death row, filing numerous appeals and maintaining his innocence, before his execution in 1994. Psychological profile. John Wayne Gacy displayed traits consistent with antisocial personality disorder, as well as paraphilic disorders including sadism and necrophilia. His ability to maintain a seemingly normal public image while harboring dark and sadistic desires is often cited as a characteristic of psychopathy. Gacy's crimes and the extent of his deception shocked the nation, leading to further study and understanding of the minds of serial killers. Legacy. John Wayne Gacy's case remains one of the most notorious in American criminal history. The sheer number of victims and the brutality of his crimes continue to haunt the public's imagination. Gacy's case also led to changes in law enforcement practices, particularly in missing persons investigations and the identification of unidentified victims. It is essential to remember that Gacy's crimes caused immeasurable pain and suffering to the victims and their families. Studying his life and actions should always be approached with sensitivity and respect for the victims and the ongoing impact his crimes have had on their loved ones. The clown persona theory. One theory suggests that Gacy's alter ego as a clown played a significant role in his crimes. Gacy often performed as Pogo, the clown, at various events, which allowed him to establish a friendly and non-threatening image in the community. Some theorists speculate that Gacy used his clown persona as a means to lure and manipulate his victims. By presenting himself as a jovial entertainer, he could disarm potential victims and gain their trust more easily. This theory suggests that Gacy's dual identity as both a respected community figure and a sadistic serial killer allowed him to operate undetected for an extended period. Reenacting childhood trauma theory. Another theory explores the influence of Gacy's troubled relationship with his father and his own childhood experiences of abuse. Gacy's father was described as a strict and abusive figure, which may have contributed to feelings of resentment and a desire for control. Some psychologists theorize that Gacy's crimes were an attempt to reenact his own childhood trauma, exert power and dominance over others, and seek a sense of control that was lacking in his early life. This theory suggests that Gacy's heinous acts were rooted in unresolved psychological issues and a desire to reclaim a sense of power and authority. It's important to note that these theories are speculative and not definitive explanations for John Wayne Gacy's actions. The motivations and psychological complexities of serial killers are complex and multifaceted, making it challenging to pinpoint a singular cause. The study of Gacy's case continues to be a subject of interest and research in the field of criminology, as experts seek to gain further insights into the factors that contributed to his violent crimes. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey into the dark realm of serial killers. We hope this video has provided you with valuable insights and a deeper understanding of these complex and haunting figures. If you found this content thought-provoking and informative, we would greatly appreciate your likes, comments, and shares.